Hey guys, welcome back to the VA Journey. And on this episode, we have the amazing Melorna Lloyd, who I've known for some time. Actually, I reached out to her when I wanted to start the VA business because I knew her through another VA who I went to Kingdom Hall with when I was smaller. So that's how I knew of you. And I reached out to her asking her about the virtual assistant world. I'm not sure which year you started. I think you started maybe 2014, right?
2015.
Oh, so I actually reached out to you 2015 as well. I think in
Yeah,
the latter part of
the
2015.
latter part. Yeah.
Yeah, I was really curious about what to do, and you were really helpful. I must say that you answered my questions. You told me
Mhm.
about the groups to join and all of that. And so right now we're doing this VA journey, and I decided that I'm gonna ask the persons who I knew for a fact they started before me. And when I asked them questions, they weren't afraid to tell me. They weren't like really bad mind talking. Oh, go and just Google it. So I really wanted to
Exactly.
bring you on. So last week we had Destiny, who I also knew personally. And so this week we have Melorna, and we'll continue down the line with other VAs who I know personally until we have people who I don't really know
Hmm.
on here to share their journey and how they got where they are today. So Melorna is a digital marketer. She's done so many courses, honestly. Sometimes when she told me that she's doing this course, I remember you told me about this $1,000 course that you were doing. And I was like, me not buy no course $1,000.
What if I
One
told
thousand
you
US.
the one I'm doing now is for 3,000 US?
She does a lot of courses, and tell us why you do those courses, because I know there's so much value in it. Now
Yes.
that I'm a real virtual assistant, I
Mhm.
understand it. So tell the people, why do you do these courses?
To be honest, it's twofold. When I initially started, it was honestly I was overcompensating because I wasn't confident in my own self. So I was doing all of these courses, even though some of the things they were teaching me I already knew, right? Right? So I already knew these things, but I was going into these courses just the same. So I was really overcompensating. And then I started becoming strategic with it. I started joining courses for two reasons: to improve myself and to network with other people who are my ideal clients or who know my ideal clients. So you
Mm-hmm.
have to be strategic because, listen, $1,000, I know a little bit of money. It's a lot of money. You
It's a
understand me?
thousand
But you have
USD
to look
though.
at it. Everything. Right. So everything is about ROI. How much am I getting when I invest this thing?
Yeah.
Is it, am I getting results in terms of increasing my knowledge? Is this making me able to serve my clientele better? Is this helping me to be a better boss, a better CEO? Is this educating me in that way? And also, is it putting me in front of people who will speed up my trajectory? Are they gonna take me to the next level? Because if not, when we're in there for,
Mm-hmm.
you understand
Right.
me? Because for a lot of people, and you have to be careful who to, because for a lot of people,
Yes.
you're just a number. You're just a number. So you have to go into these courses and these spaces with the mindset of, if I am not in this space where I can provide value and receive value, then I'm not going to be in there.
Exactly. And you have to find the right people to invest the money with too, because
Mm-hmm.
some of these people, I see so many things advertising on Facebook, and if you don't mind, sharp, you spend your money on foolishness. My husband and I
Not
bought
true.
a course on how to start Shopify store for $1,000, and Melorna, when we went into the course, it was total rubbish. It was stuff that we could just YouTube. It's a good thing we actually bought it from our card in America, so we could actually get a refund because it is
Mm-hmm.
fraud. But you have to be careful,
Have
guys.
nothing.
So yeah,
Have to be careful.
have to be
Have to be
careful. If you
careful.
want
Vet
to
these
ask, you
people.
can ask.
Just like how them vet you, just like how them vet you, vet them.
Yeah.
Right? And it's interesting because, and this is what, when we initially started talking, you talked about, me providing some guidance when you were starting. When I started, I never have nobody either. And it was people, other people poured into me, right? And so what kind of person would I be not to pour into other people as well? And the reason why I bring it up at this point is the first course I bought, I did not buy it. I got that course for free.
Yeah.
That woman, I remember, girl, I was pregnant and I never did work. My husband I work at Vista Print, and tax bus fare out of that, food out of that, everything was coming on his shoulder. I'm like, no, we can't bring one in of this. You understand me? He was doing his best, but I also like marriage is a partnership, and we know you talk about this all the while. You understand this concept, marriage is a partnership. Me can't expect my husband to carry my family. That is unfair. You understand me? And when he's strong and in back broad, I don't expect him to carry this family. And so I was there, I'm like, you know what? I need to do this. And I heard her coming to a group talking about the program. I'm saying, you know what, watch me. I messaged her and I said, this is my situation. This is what I want to do. And I proposed that term to her. I said, listen, I will do this for you in exchange for access to the course. Wow. And she said she's going to talk to her business partner, David. And I got into the course, and we tell her, say, that changed everything.
You're so bold. I like that. Some people would just sit down and say, I don't have the money, I don't know what to do. But you took action, and that's where success begins. It's in that one step. That one step.
Yeah. Even when you and your husband did this video, it was about that very same thing. And I love watching you guys' videos, by the way. It was about this very thing, about taking that one step, and how the one step just build on and build on and build on and build on. I mean, I tell you, that one step changed the trajectory of my business and my life, to be honest. And everything changed after that.
Yeah, and you're always growing, because I always see you introducing new stuff that you're doing, and that's the way to go. You can never be stuck in one place all the days of your life. Comfort is what a lot of people love. Comfort. They want to be comfortable. They just want to earn this money, and this is what they want to earn for the rest of their life. Just comfortable. They don't want to ride the waves. And that's what I admire about you, because I always see you introducing new stuff, and you're also very vulnerable. I don't reach to that place as yet. I need to get to that place.
As a Black person, first and foremost, I am not a light-skinned Black person. I'm a Black person. And this space is very white, right? So exactly. So guess what? I don't have the luxury of being comfortable. You understand me? I don't have the luxury of being comfortable. Other people can sit down, well, I'm so beautiful. You know, people are gonna look at my face and they're just gonna love me. Well, I have my personality is an acquired taste. Not everybody's gonna love it. You understand me? But what I can say is that you cannot take away from what I bring to the table in terms of skills. You can't take away what I bring to the table in terms of knowledge. So me don't have this. So me can't say, oh, I'm going to sit down and wait until me get this, because the face and the hair and the body that give me when I'm born is genetics. We can't change that. But what I can change, I change. What is in the power of my hands to do, I work on that. You understand me? I leave everything else up to God.
You're always evolving, and that's the way to go.
Have to.
The only way to go. So what's one thing you wish you had known before you began the virtual assistant journey?
So you mentioned how vulnerable I am, and I have not always been that way. I was always afraid, because I'm always afraid of being on camera. I was afraid of speaking up. I was afraid of calling myself an expert. I was afraid of a lot of things. And if I could go back, I would say two things to myself. I'd say one, just do it, right? Follow the process. Just do it. These are the steps. Do them. It not gonna feel comfortable. It not gonna feel cute. It not gonna feel sweet. Just do it so you feel that way, because eventually it will. New habits are not easily formed, but they can be formed, right? So that's one thing. And the other thing, I think, set realistic expectations. Set realistic expectations. You don't. I'm a grand thinker. So me want to make $100,000 next month, but me don't know how me going to eat. Me not think through that part.
Yeah,
you
don't
know what I mean?
realistic.
Me just think about the goal, where me want to go. So set realistic expectations, ones that you can actually follow through with. right? And that the way that at the end of the month, if you say a $500 I want to make today, or I want to talk to 10 people, I want to get on 1 or 2 podcasts, set realistic expectations, realistic goals, and create that pathway to it. So that at the end of the month, when people say, oh my God, this is what I did this month, you can say, well, that wasn't my goal, but I made my goal, and that can make you feel better. Because comparison in the field is a big thing. Because all the people lie. They lie. They can't put it no other way. They lie
So
bad.
true, girl. And you know the liar when you see them.
Look here, you ever talk to one prospective client yet and he tell us how much, oh, this is all the things she have to pay, but then she in a group and say how much she make, how much $1,000 a month? Liar. She tell. A lot of people are not making this in this space, and they're saying they're doing it, and it make you feel bad.
Yeah, you cannot watch the noise of the market, or else you're gonna come
out of my mouth.
Yeah, I know, and I tell you the truth. I'm in those groups, Melorna, but I don't follow it up because I feel like when I follow up these groups, I start thinking to myself, what do I need to do? I need to not compare myself to people. So I just stay away from those groups. I just stay in my own lane and create my own table and invite people to the chair, to the table to have a seat. I don't have time to be comparing myself to people. And I think these American VAs, especially some of them, you see them always talking how they land 5 clients today. And I'm like, okay.
Like,
okay. I'm not saying it's not possible, but sometimes I just don't understand. We need to be.
Let me tell you a personal experience that I have. I have a personal experience that I have. I've seen people me know personally and me talk to in my inbox. I talk about their success in the group, and I tell me that they can't find clients. Right? So we are talking as virtual assistant to virtual assistant, or support professional to support professional, because I don't really like using the word virtual assistant because of over the years a negative connotation has been associated.
Yeah, people think we're
I like to say support professional. So I like to say support professional, but so I'm talking to people and they're like, I'm struggling with this and I'm doing this. Can you do this for me? And I'll pay you like half a week because I don't have enough clients and this and that, and yet they're in groups saying these are their wins and this is what they're bringing in. So either them might tell me lie or them might tell the group lie. Either way, them might tell lie.
The story not add up.
So the only thing not add up. So the only thing that matters, as I said before, is your correct change. That's it. That's it. Don't watch the noise of the market. Just your correct change. Don't be about what another person is doing. Stay in your lane, do your work. One lady the other day, she was saying she just keep her head down, do the work. Do the work.
I couldn't tell you when last I went into one of those groups. I used to be in those groups all the time, but I only go in them now if I'm looking for someone to work or something. But apart from that, I just can't bother with the noise and the whole heap of lies and I know that some are true, but I just cannot bother myself with those things. So I stay away from those. And it makes you unproductive too. If you don't know how to manage it, you can become unproductive checking the groups too often and all of that. So that would be my advice to the people coming on. You should be in the groups, you should network, but you don't need to spend all your time in it. So my question go ahead.
If you don't have clients, you might want to be in those groups more often, but as a client list, few things, it's hard to say because I'm still very active in these groups. Not as much because they're not getting nothing, but not as much as before. I prefer to go in and help. When I just started, and this is regarding groups, this is something that I would recommend that you do. Because if you don't have any clients, you can't spend a whole day in a Facebook group in the same way, because that don't guarantee that you're going to get a client. So here, when I just started, this is what my business coach said, and this is what I would suggest for persons who are just starting out regarding groups. Schedule your group time.
Yes, I agree.
If you say you're going there for 30 minutes every day so that you are consistent, you make a list of 5 groups. And you go in on the 5 groups, then for 30 minutes, you say, all right, 6 minutes in each group, 6, 5, 30.
Yeah.
Right? Good, thank you. So you 6 minutes per group. I'm not saying that little bit about one cocoa. fully basket. 6 minutes
And you
per
need
day.
to be
You say, all right, you're going
strategic.
there. Exactly.
I
So when
like
you're
that.
going there, you look for, you have your you know the terms that are used in your industry. For me, certain things like launches,
Mhm.
launching, tech support, a specific product that I love to do is Active Campaign, Thrive,
Okay.
Thrive Themes, WordPress, these things that are directly related to the services that I offer. I search for them in the search bar.
Mm-hmm.
And what I do, I look for posts that ask questions about how do you integrate so and so, or I'm struggling to do this, and you provide value.
Yeah.
Then you're left. Go study.
Guys, she's
Go
sharing her
spend time
marketing
with your
strategy
family.
with you.
So
Take
it
notes.
is, yes, do it. It's simple, but it adds up. Because
Yeah.
let me, one time, out of the blue, I never talked to this person yet. Yet she booked a call on my calendar.
Because she
Why?
saw you.
Because
You're
I,
showing up.
right, exactly. My pre-qualifying question for my calls asked them specifically, where did you hear about me?
Mm-hmm.
And they said, I saw you post in a Facebook group,
That is the way to go.
right?
You don't have to
So
be running
provide
after
value.
people. Yeah.
Mm,
Strategic. Girl.
And
Guys,
when
take
people
notes.
come to you, it is easier to convert them,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right? So just to emphasize, when you're going there, you don't have to be, if you don't have, like, if you don't have no pitney and you have no other obligations, and have a husband, you don't have a tight schedule, you can do an hour. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
But don't just go in there, go scroll, because the hour go pass and you're not going to
Endless.
accomplish nothing. And you don't
That
have
was
time
me.
to waste.
Endless
Me too,
scroll.
before we start to this, just foolishness,
Mm-hmm.
just foolishness. So look for strategic posts and questions that you can answer. And another thing, if you can't answer it, but it is related to your expertise, go learn the answer.
Yeah. That's a great way to go learn something new because now you're like, oh, I'm in this space and I don't know this.
Mhm.
Great learning
Go
opportunity.
learn the answer. Go
Yeah.
learn the answer so that the next client, you don't have to learn for them, you already know.
Yeah. Great advice, girl. I think this is gold. They're literally getting your marketing strategy. That's one. That's one of them.
Easy. And in a hard.
Easy. It takes discipline. And I know that a
Mm-hmm.
lot of us are not disciplined. Myself, I'm not very disciplined all the time. I'm telling you the truth. Sometimes I don't feel like doing anything, but I still do it anyway because I know it's going to bring the results. So
Yes.
take that advice and just go and get it done. So, what are
Mhm.
some of the best resources that have actually helped you along your journey?
So networking, right? And networking nowadays has to be very strategic, because everybody in your inbox are pretending that they care about you, but they just want to sell you. Actually be interested in other people and their products. Even if this person don't recommend you for work, don't hire you to work with them, they might recommend you for somebody else. So definitely network. Look for
Mhm.
opportunities to get to know people and their businesses, share their stuff if possible. Um, Facebook groups. The VA Savage is one that I really
Love.
love.
I love that one.
Um, love for information, and I've been in that group from when it was a mommy group.
You told me about the group.
I
That's how
did.
I got in the group. Yeah. Abby. I like
Because
Abby.
I always recommend people to get to that group.
Yeah.
Julie Stoyan
I know you
has
love
been
her.
my,
I joined hers as well.
yes, she has been my mentor since day one. She is somebody who is very generous with information, right? So if you want
Mhm.
to learn marketing, definitely Julie Stoyan. If you want to learn about virtual assisting, there is this Jamaican girl. I think her name is Latoya Graham. She
Does
has
she have quit the 9 to 5?
she yes,
I like
you know
her.
her? Yeah. So her. So there are those three resources. VA Salve is definitely Julie Stoyan and Latoya Graham. I think that's her name. I hope that's her name. But I know Latoya is the first name. But she
Mhm.
has quit the 9 to 5, and she has a lot of great resources
Yeah.
for virtual assistant. And just here, another thing is, people will swear by one method, other people swear by something else. Find what works for you.
Yeah.
Facebook groups have been working for me over the years. Some
Mhm.
groups work for some people, some groups work for other people. So go in the groups, feel them out, find if your ideal client is there and all of them good things there before you commit to it.
Yeah.
Right? And don't be afraid to leave groups if they're not serving you. Right?
Absolutely.
So that's what I use Facebook groups a lot. And even though I pay for a lot of courses, I use the knowledge bases of the tools that I use. So Active Campaign, ClickFunnels, Striping, all of them have a knowledge base or a help center or something like that. If you want to specialize in a tool, go familiarize yourself with it because they give away it's a free course, free education, right? Me call Google University. That's my school. Everything is on Google. Everything is on Google. So use those resources and don't be afraid if you don't know something to have to go and find it. Just nobody don't know everything. I don't know everything. I've been in this business
If you know everything,
for
then I
going
don't
on
know.
6 years
Yeah,
and
God.
I'm still learning. I'm most God.
Only God alone know everything. I'm still
God.
learning
Exactly.
myself. I think life is
Exactly.
a
So
journey and
those
you
are
must learn.
yes. You learn about and the beautiful thing is you not just learn about your expertise, but you also learn about yourself. You learn
Yeah.
about yourself. You learn about what because I never understand some things. I had some tendencies where it comes to discipline, work ethic that I had to work through. And it is through the business that I realized that because now me not just show up at people business and they tell me what to do. And then me use that. I had to do this for myself. Me have to be at first I was CEO, content writer, lead generation specialist, everybody. So you had to really learn your strengths and then learn your weaknesses as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think as we go along the journey, you'll get to know what you like and what you don't like.
exactly.
Definitely.
I know first about that in the early part too. Because when people, oh, I need to niche down. No, you don't. You don't know yourself. You
You
don't
need to
know
know
your
what you
business.
love
You don't
before
know
you can do that. You know.
exactly. So and you can't know where you love unless you do it. I that's how I wasted a lot of money.
And it's a journey. And sometimes you might have, even though you might go through a light, you might niche down to when you want change again. No problem. But at least try some stuff before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So how do you stay organized? Because I know you're a busy woman, you know. She busy, you see people busy. You know how long she take to fill out the form. How do you stay organized?
All right. So let me tell you. So I have my main offerings and then sometimes I do like one-off services for other clients. I have one client that I'm a project manager for her, and two of our clients are launching this week. So trouble. I you don't want to know what time I got my bed last night, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you set up the project and so we're doing the project management and them have a project management over there so too. So we keep clashing. But um for me, if it is not in my calendar, it does not exist.
Wow. That's
It
organization.
everything, girl, I schedule when to brush my teeth.
I need to start doing those things because this week something happened that I was like, oh my gosh, how did I not remember that this weekend is that seminar? It's because I did not put it on the calendar. I just said to myself, I'll know when it is, and that's it. So I can learn
In
from
my
you with
calendar,
that.
it don't exist. I schedule when I wake up. I schedule when I do my personal Bible study. I schedule because what was happening is that there was an analogy that someone gave. It was the broadcasting for JW broadcasting for the month, and the brother was saying you have a basket, right? You have a container, and you have all these activities where you need to do it every day. So you said, all right, you just take the stone them and you put them in there. No organization, not you just put them in. What's gonna happen is that if you put the little things and the unimportant things in first, or the fun things that you get up on the first thing you end up on your phone. So what that's going to do is when you're ready to put the big things, the important things, no space not going left. But if you schedule in the most important things and you prioritize those, you're gonna find that when you throw the smaller stones into the big stones, it's right between the big stones, them the smaller stones them are gonna fit in there. So you're going to have time for these other things. Just prioritize the most important things first.
I love that
And that was
analogy.
it for me. So I schedule everything. Yeah, I schedule everything. I schedule when I carry my child outside go play. Serious.
Wow, I
It's
love it.
serious.
I love that.
Yeah, because
I worked with a client who
girl,
did something similar, and
yeah,
she had
can you
even her
believe?
hobby time. Hobby time.
Right?
I'm like, hobby
Mhm,
time? Hobby time is all the
mhm.
time. I know what you meant.
Let me. All right. You know what? Say. Um, what was happening? I wasn't making time for my battery. I wasn't making time to take the baby outside and spend. I wasn't making time to
Mhm.
garden, which I love to do, right? And so I was always on edge. My son was always wanting time. You
Mhm.
understand? And me realized, so listen, this just not cutting it anymore. It's not
Yeah.
cutting it. You can't squeeze in the most important thing. So I
Mhm.
schedule time for those and I block those off on my calendar. Nobody can get to me on that time.
I love that.
So schedule a time and use a project
I'm gonna
management
do that.
system, even if I just you. Use a project management system, even if it's just you. I find that I'm most productive when I get to my computer and I can sit down and just look at all the tasks that I have to do
Yeah.
today or all the things that I am working on today so that it gives me a sense of direction instead of
Yeah.
me just
I
say,
use
oh,
Asana.
what
Which
me this
ones
time
do
I'm
you
gonna do
use?
so again. So I used to use Asana, but Asana just I don't know,
Basic.
Asana just sweet. You know, basic, like people like it, me just, it just never that fly for me. And then I started using Basecamp, which I love,
I
but
love
that
base
90,
camp.
but that $99 a month, it is
If you're just starting out, you better stick to Asana, guys.
exactly, but I thought Basecamp has a free version. If I just you alone, you can get one project for free like until forever. But
Mhm.
if you're growing like me, you know, I launched my agency a few months ago. So what I did, I switched from Basecamp to Plutio.
Plutio, okay. I know Basecamp
Mm-hmm,
because I manage a project for a client, and that's where we have our VAs. So I
mm-hmm.
know Basecamp. Basecamp,
Yeah,
I love it. I love Basecamp.
Basecamp is
Oh,
really good. It's really good. Plutio is a lot like Basecamp. The reason why I switched from Plutio is because with Basecamp, I cannot do onboarding, right?
mm-hmm.
So all the onboarding, like so when I moved over to Pluto, what I can do each so Pluto is really cool. And I almost started geeking out because I love tech. But
That's
Pluto
good.
is cool because I can automate the onboarding process to onboard my clients, to onboard my VAs, to offboard clients, to offboard VAs. I can create projects that on just the so a lot of overlaps with Basecamp, but the differentiator for me is the fact that I can onboard, offboard inside Plutio,
The one, yeah,
and you
that
can
one.
also track time inside Plutio, right? So there are a lot of features that Plutio has that Basecamp doesn't have. And I use an AppSumo deal, so I get it like for $199 for the year.
That one is not bad. That price is
Mhm.
just divide it by 12.
Really good. It's
All
very good.
right.
It's really good.
Yeah. I'll check out Plutio. I've never
Yes.
actually used that one before. So what are
Mhm.
some projects that you're working on right now? You don't have to give us the details.
Yeah, I understand. So as I mentioned before, I do project management for a client right now. So most of my contracts are project management, tech, and what I'm doing now. So right now it's a transition phase in my business. So I'm focusing on Melorna Lloyd, that brand, for consulting and marketing strategy. So I will be the head consultant there, where we give people the roadmap that they need to take their business from idea to launch.
Wow.
And then on the other side, for people who just want a hands-off approach to their business, we can do their marketing management, social media marketing, content marketing, all of that. On that side, there is also the tech aspect. So some people want to outsource everything. Marketing management would be best for them because all of that is outsourced for one flat rate every month. And then the tech VA, you can get a tech VA to work in your back end for a certain number of hours every month. And the other offer is a starter pack for people who are just coming online.
Mm-hmm.
And so we create all the assets that you need: a website, a lead funnel, your social media templates, your setup, so everything, right? Everything. In all in one. So you pay one flat fee, and there are
Get
some
all of
people
that.
in that as well. All of
Wow,
that. Yeah, because
that's a good.
people are coming online and they're being thrown all over the place because they don't know what
What to
tools to
do,
use,
where
which
to
part
go.
to build their website, all of them something their offer brand name self, who are their ideal client. We can get
Mhm.
all of that for
In
one
one place.
flat
Yeah.
fee.
I think
Mhm.
that's a great
Yeah,
package.
thank you.
So I will definitely ask where they can find you so they can come and ask about those stuff after this interview.
Sure,
So
sure.
the next question I have for you is what's one of the most important things you've learned since you started working online?
Oh boy. I think every year teaches me something else. Um, you are not your business. In that I've I've enjoyed a measure of success, but a whole heap of things I've been through. I've got a lot of no's. I've been depressed. I've been stressed. Life boxed me up, down. Life, you are not your business. So if somebody says no to your service, they're not saying no to you. It doesn't take away your value as a person. If you're struggling to get clients, it doesn't mean you're not worthy. It does not mean you're not amazing. It just means that the person who you offer your things to don't see the value in you, and that's fine. Move on. Keep it moving, sis. You understand? So I think that's one of the biggest things because it took me a long time to realize that my worth is not tied to my business or its success, right? And in the down months, we beat up on myself. I'm like, no, we need to do this more. No, give yourself grace. Give yourself grace. You are not your business. I mean, no, you love your business. You want it to be successful. But people rejecting your business is not a rejection of you. It is not a reflection of who you are, your
Mhm.
value, nothing like that. Just keep it moving. And one of these days, I'm gonna like me tell you directly, whoever you are, keep it moving, keep pushing. One day I'm gonna see you out there shining. Don't worry about that, nothing else. Just keep moving. And remember, whatever challenges you face, it is not a reflection of who you are as a person. Just keep going.
I love that
That's it.
advice, Melorna. You know why? Because I know for a fact that it's easy to feel like it's you they're rejecting, especially if you know that you're from a third world country and they're
Mhm,
in America or Europe or Canada and they're telling you, oh, I'm not interested. And you're feeling, oh, maybe I'm not enough. Maybe I don't
mhm,
have the skills. All of those things run in your brain. But girl, just
mhm,
take a crown good and just get up and keep going, as
mhm,
Melorna said. It's not
mhm.
about you. It's about them. They don't understand how much
Nope.
value you're gonna bring to
Yes.
their business. So that's what I
Mhm,
tell
mhm,
myself. If I have a client who
mhm.
decides they don't want to pay the amount, I say, girl, bye. I don't have time for it.
Bye.
But it
Bye
took
with the
some time for me
quickness.
to be at that
Bye. Look here, of course. Bye, bye, bye. Goodbye.
place.
Papa too. Because look here, you know what? They kind of turn out to be stressed every time.
Yeah. And they
Every
don't
time.
last
And
long. They
yes,
don't last long.
no. Before I understood my worth, client have me up with my baby, I suck, a breastfeed. How much I clock sleep and tear out my eye. And
Because we want the
to
money.
me, yeah, to me want to look at more than one piece of people them. And then and then they have the audacity to tell you, say, oh, we're gonna go with somebody else. The, don't get me started on that. Because I have like
Oh
a
my
lot
God.
of these people, a lot of them are just a number. You're just a number. And it's about them telling in these groups. And me try to go in these groups and tell them they talk about how much they should pay overseas fees. And oh, it's about the bottom line and my ROI and all of that. Me not really understand because you are charge somebody $5,000. I want to pay me $5.
Because we're in the Caribbean. I had a client who was asking me, she hired me to be her, to be honest, when she put in the group, what she said she wanted was an operations manager. When I started, like when she sent me the contract, I see she put client relations manager. So I say, this wasn't what we agreed on. it's a whole heap of changes that go on. I said, no, so I feel like so that we can't work with she. But anyway, I said, all right. When she explained the thing, I said, all right, let me try it. I worked with her for 2 months and then I said, no, so I can't deal with she. Every minute is a new term. She come and ask me about how much is it that would be a comfortable rate to pay me as a Jamaican to work for her full time. I said, I don't work for anybody full time. I don't work for anybody full time. I'm a virtual boss, okay?
So what she mean by as a Jamaican, sis? Come in and understand what Jamaican have to do with the work.
I don't know. When she said that, I said no. She disrespectful. Me say yo, she got to go. So I let her go about 2 weeks ago. I let her go because I can't take those foolishness. I don't take those foolishness anymore. First time I would just go on with the foolishness because we need their money. But no, I'm not doing that. I'm top rated. I go find somebody else. I keep saying that.
Exactly.
And it's just the truth. We all get to that place when we realize that enough is enough and we cannot take foolishness from people because they're not better than us, not because them live America or them live at Europe. I don't care. I'm as good as them.
Girl, when we tell you about stress, I had one client and then she had the audacity when she fired me to block me. Anyway, this client, I block me everywhere, girl. Everywhere. Everywhere. No, you need to do next. You need to have a client horror story series because
we all do have those.
Some of these clients are. This person would message me at 11 p.m., 12 p.m. and say I'm not responsive enough. Imagine me now, 11 a.m., open my one eye and see the notifications on my phone. I forgot to turn on my computer.
I'm going to turn it. It's have to wait till tomorrow. In fact, I start turning off my notifications. Because
look here, that's before you live and you learn. You live and you learn. But you know, it's important. I think it's important for new VAs to understand this. Coming from persons who have been seasoned in the business, you are not an employee.
You're a boss.
Pay your tax. If you drop them dead or you drop them, fire you and hire somebody else.
Yeah.
Put your health first and say no. Simple.
And when you find those good clients, you hold on to them tight like life. When you find the good ones, because they're hard to find, man. They're hard to find. But when you find them
tight with teeth and tongue.
Yeah. So where can our listeners connect with you, Melorna? I know you're on IG, you're on Facebook, you're all over. Where can we connect with you?
I think we're most active is on Facebook, Melorna Lloyd, on Facebook. And if you would like to, oh girl, different story, me tell that off the air. You know what? I'm actually going to say it because it's a teachable moment. Don't do something because everybody else is doing it. And you will learn that at any stage that you are in business. Because of how I personally need to show up online and what serves me best in terms of business, a Facebook group is not where I am right now. So there are persons in my Facebook group, and it just, I'm not even telling them something I lock it down yet, right?
They're hearing now.
I'm shifting that. Yes. Because I'm shifting from there. And so not everything that another person is doing will suit you, where you are in business and what your business needs to look like. Don't be afraid if you try something and it don't work, you just let it go, because in the no waste time on strategies that now work. So if you want to find me, Melorna Lloyd, on Facebook, Melorna_Lloyd, on Instagram. I'm trying to revive. I have a On With Me Fridays. We're on Friday evenings at 6 p.m. And I was not well the other day, so I was not doing it. I had stopped that because I had gotten really sick. But I'm starting that up again in May. On With Me Fridays, where you bring your digital marketing Q&As and we answer them live while drinking wine out of my funnel gorgeous
love it
speak up.
I think I came to some. I think two or one. I don't remember. I came though. I remember.
I
How
appreciate you
please
so
do
much,
this
girl.
stuff.
Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do because I want people to have um like some information for free because my ideal client does not want so I'm not afraid to share the information.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's where you can find me.
Awesome. Well, Melorna, I want to thank you so much for coming on here. I know you're super busy, but you just made it happen regardless. I'm really, really appreciative of that.
I
And I
appreciate
know
you.
that the people are definitely going to learn a lot from all of this. And that's what I love about you. It's just the powerhouse attitude, the attitude of, hey,
Oh,
I can do it if you can do it. Hey, I'm this, I'm that. I love it. I just love that whole attitude. We have similar personality, I realize. So
yes.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can learn from that. And I think many Jamaicans, they do have our personality. I think Black women
Yeah.
overall usually have this fiery personality. So,
Mhm.
and if you're not fiery, it's fine. You can apply it too. You
Yeah.
can just apply the little stuff. So definitely take all you
Yeah.
can from this interview. And as Melorna said, you can find her on IG and Facebook, and she shares great stuff. So please follow her because her stuff is. I'm always reading them and like this girl put a lot of thought into her posts.
Thank you.
I
Thank
really
you.
do. I love them.
Thank you.
So thanks again for coming. It was really a pleasure talking with you, and I look forward to inviting you again when we start another series because we just keep evolving, just like you do.
Yes. Yes. Growth.
Yep. Let me